Hello, hello, and ho ho ho. Welcome to, I guess you could call a very HellfireComms kind of Christmas. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be showing you guys a few special Christmas-based commentaries. You're going to get roughly about 3 or so a week, one each on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, respectively. The ones on Monday and Wednesday are going to be like short 20 to 30 minute specials, and the ones on Friday are going to be roughly about like hour or so specials, movies, to put them in massive quotation marks. But who are we, exactly, besides me and my multiple personalities? We have, of course, THD, my angry side.
Yeah, he will eventually face myself in battle and get his persona. That's how it works, right?
Finally, Shattered Dimensions 2, the way I've always wanted it. And we also have my literature-loving side, Richie.
Hello.
So, you guys should know how we, sync these comms to video files elsewhere on the old internets by now. Everything you'll need technical-wise is in the video description, so have a look at that if you're confused on how to set this stuff up. But we're just going to get right into it with a Charlie Brown Christmas. So, are you guys ready?
Let's do it.
In 3, 2, 1. Alright, not really the biggest fan of Peanuts, so Richie, why the hell did you pick this?
Well, basically, it's because the Peanuts movie is, at the time of recording all of the commentary, it's coming out in America soon. At the time that this goes up, it will soon be coming out in the UK, because for some bizarre reason they decided, let's leave it a month.
Well, I mean, it's Charlie Brown Christmas. It's a classic either way, even if a Peanuts movie wasn't coming out. Although I gotta say, I loved seeing a commercial for the Peanuts movie on TV and Charlie Brown is hawking a crunch bar, because that really destroys the innocence of the entire fucking thing.
Isn't that like that one environmentally friendly, what was it, Dr. Seuss film? Like, the guy wanted people to stop driving cars, and then there were...
The Lorax, I think.
I was thinking of, like, the Lombax or something, but that's Ratchet Blank. But yeah, that whole film was about environmentalism, and here we go, shilling cars.
Yeah, so it's kind of ironic, especially for this particular special, with the long-honored, message about avoiding the commercialism of Christmas. And I'll be honest with you, I like getting shit as much as the next guy. Free shit, please. You know what? I don't even need Christmas for that. Any time of the year, thanks. But at the same time, it's Christmas. I like hanging out with my family. I like hanging out with friends, just sharing warm memories kind of together. It's easily my favorite time of year. And Charlie Brown Christmas, for me, kind of sums it up in a timeless capsule that I think I'll continue to watch for years to come.
Don't take this the wrong way, but it seems very American to me. I guess that's why I was never into Peanuts. No, I'm not saying that in like a derogatory kind of way. It just seems very, kind of like a more clean South Park, really.
Something like that, yeah. I mean, like, even despite, how Peanuts usually worked out in the specials, they often tackled, a lot deeper issues than they initially let on. I really do think that a lot of these specials, still hold up after time, even beyond the whole, Christmas special kind of thing.
Yeah.
Now, I'd say you bringing up the fact that it's quite Americanized does make sense, because I don't think I've ever seen a Charlie Brown Christmas shown in the UK on TV anywhere. Yeah. And yet, obviously, it does turn up on American TV at Christmas, like, at least twice every December.
Yeah.
So, I think it is very much more an American thing, but, why not? It's quite an interesting little short, I suppose.
I'm actually enjoying the slow pace of it. It's very cozy.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, you just really feel chill and cool, let me just use that word in a very terrible sense, to just kind of really get into the holiday spirit kind of thing. Like, what I like to do every year is I like to, like, marathon a bunch of Christmas specials. Some of these are going to be with these comms, yeah. And Charlie Brown is probably one of the first I typically watch. It's a great way to kind of just get into the holiday spirit. And no, I have no idea how he made the fucking snowman dirty, because that's a good trick.
He found a way.
Well, it's because it's Pigpen, isn't it? Because, yes, I know names of the characters just about. Because he's just entirely dirty, so anything he makes will be dirty as well.
Insert Family Guy gag here.
Of course, this part always loses me, because I live here in Florida, and we have not seen snow since probably the beginning of time, so...
I was looking over the Banjo comms recently. I just got to the bit where I was talking about snow hitting Florida and just instantly evaporating when it hits the floor. God, what a bunch of really, really poor shots.
I know, it's just like, for God's sake, guys, it shouldn't be that difficult. I mean, look. That was just so simple.
Well, Linus is fucking badass. You didn't know, did you?
No, we don't know in general, Helldragon. Is that a yarmulke?
I think it might be. I know they used actual children to do a lot of the voice acting for a lot of the earlier specials. I think with the movie, I don't know if they're still doing that, if they're using adults who sound really young, I'm not sure.
Hey Arnold did a similar thing, actually.
I always loved Lucy's psychiatric booth. Like, that's just... It's the perfect kind of quack thing for a kid to have.
Really fair rates as well.
That's true. Like, although these days with the internet, you can get psychiatric help and bitching for completely free, so back then, I guess, this was the best you could do.
That's the message.
It is very unsubtle, is this special, to do with its hatred of commercialism.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say it communicates a sort of hatred of it. Really, the whole thrust of the whole thing is that it's kind of promoting things a bit too much. Like, obviously we have the psychiatric help here. Well, that's just Lucy being an ass about it. But, like, they go out, they buy, like, fake trees and shit like that, and they maybe put some commercial stuff in, like, the, play that's gonna come up. Mm-hmm. But it was never really... demonizing it fully. It's just like, just kind of draw it back a little and understand what really the holiday is all about, even if you're not particularly religious like myself.
Also, I have to say, these are lots of very ridiculously long phobias.
Oh.
This is where I learned what pantophobia is, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, how would that even work? Like, would you just kind of lock yourself in a box and not come out ever again?
Most likely, I would suspect, yes.
I did. It's called my PC.
Now, you were saying about your query about whether the movie was going to use kids' voices, and yes, they are. So it's all, I think, brand new kid actors.
Well, that would keep it accurate, yeah. So that actually works out really well.
It's a really nice little touch. And am I correct in thinking that the Charlie Brown Christmas is like the first piece of animation that they really did for Charlie Brown and the Peanuts series, and then they went on to do the TV series?
No, there was never a TV series, but I do believe Charlie Brown Christmas was the first real kind of special, but because of the popularity of it, is when they started doing other ones. You want a real obscure Charlie Brown thing, you go look for the Thanksgiving special. They practically never fucking air that on TV from MC, but it's always Great Pumpkin, Christmas Charlie Brown. Oh, hey, here's one where Linus falls in love with a girl, but she has cancer, and the bullies point that out, and it's really fucking hard to watch.
Oh, God, that sounds so depressing.
Well, it's Peanuts. I mean, it's kind of... At the same time, even though it's got that timeless value in appreciating things, there's also this very refreshing, bleak outlook on it, especially through Charlie Brown's eyes and how everything goes fucking wrong for him most of the time.
He's so, neurotic. I love it.
He's also very cynical, which, I guess is a surprisingly nice touch, considering most of the time that you get kids' characters, they aren't cynical in the slightest, and that can get a little grating after a while when every single child is happy-go-lucky / a sarcastic, wisecracking sod.
This is probably one of my more favorite scenes of the special. It's just Sally's audacity when the kind of list she's making is fucking great.
I think we've all been there, though, making a list, footing a bill to something for our wallets.
I hate giving money for Christmas, I'll be honest with you. I don't like it, because I figure what's the point of going through all the trouble of getting a gift if you're just gonna give them fucking money? I prefer giving things that are physical. Like something they can actually use. Like, one year I bought my mother like this massage chair, and she's been using it ever since. And that kind of gift is great because then they get so much use out of it throughout the year. That's the kind of presents I like to give.
The orange shirt kid is probably my favourite Peanuts character. Just the dancing. There's a lot of stuff from Peanuts that's kind of permeated, just like pop culture. The dancing, Snoopy, obviously, Charlie Brown's behaviour, it's all there.
I have to say, they never really, from what I've seen, they never really go into detail into why everybody hates Charlie Brown. He's just kind of a dork, and I get that, but at the same time, that's not really any reason to hate him. Maybe he's just so morose that they started hating him, and then as a result, he became even more morose. I don't know.
To be honest, it probably is something along those lines, because, once you become, the least liked person in a school, that stuff does not get better.
No, that's it for you. I've known kids like that. It never really got any better.
Yeah.
The great thing is that in the beginning, in the comics, he was actually a rude little shit, and he was telling off people for giving him crap. It was kind of great. But then after a while, not too long, he just kind of settled into the groove we know him as.
I guess that's what happens, because obviously it was a cartoon strip, so you've only got so many kind of bits to be able to create a narrative and to create characters, so you start to just iterate on the core things. It's the same thing that happens with sitcoms, really. Characters become caricatures of themselves.
He's doing the Running Man.
I always saw that as the Frankenstein, because I'm sitting there going, dude, Halloween is 2 months old. Please give that up and save it for another year.
Lots of economic use of animation here, just reusing the same scenes over and over.
Now, I believe, I know there was somebody involved in this called Bill Menendez. I want to say, maybe I'm mixing this up with The Grinch, but I think they had done previous work on an animated special and things like that. Again, I may be mixing up with The Grinch, because I know Mel Blanc obviously worked on Looney Tunes and things like that, and they had Looney Tunes animators work on The Grinch. For this one, not so much, though. I don't recall it off the top of my head, though.
So I believe that Bill Menendez directed it, yes.
Yes, okay.
So you are right on that, and the music is done by Vince Guaraldi, obviously creating the iconic Peanuts theme.
I believe Snoopy is voiced by Frank Welker in this one, and Frank Welker is obviously known for all of his various animal calls, and I just love how he's just making fun of her here. It's great.
Actually, apparently, if Wikipedia is telling me correctly, Snoopy here is actually voiced by Bill Melendez.
Oh, okay. Because I believe sometimes it does differentiate. There have been a lot of specials, so it kind of runs together for me sometimes.
Helldragon, tell me about some of the cartoons you watched as a child, American ones, because we got a lot of American media over here, but maybe some of it was kept over there, region exclusive.
Well, I guess I kind of want to keep it more Christmas themed. Another one of my favorite particular Christmas animated things is the Garfield Christmas special. That's actually, this was back when Garfield was funny-ish, sort of. It was based more on the TV show that was going on at the time.
Did we cover that?
Yes, we did. We actually covered that a few years back. I believe right around 2007, 2008, something like that.
Oh, damn, that's going back a ways.
Oh, I really like this.
Very good reasons.
Every time. I love that bit.
I really like this whole section just because theatre and being involved in productions, it's just like, yes, this is exactly how it goes every single time.
This and just Charlie Brown's behaviour is actually kind of reminded me of the Christmas episode of The Boondocks with Huey Freeman trying to direct a play and whatnot.
I do believe it took a lot of cues from this special.
I mean, I think probably quite a few things after this have gone with the needing to do a play, needing to do the nativity specifically. Because I mean, like, I can think of, there was a Christmas episode of Mrs. Brown's Boys that was entirely to do with plays. Obviously that was a British sitcom, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole film series that was Nativity, which was a lot of fun, and then it just got rubbish.
you'll notice that a lot of these Christmas specials kind of tend to cover the same ground. Oh, we got to put on the nativity play. Oh, Santa Claus can't do the job for some reason. Oh, somebody's going to steal Christmas. Usually those last two are combined together for some reason, and it's just like, after a while, it just kind of stretches the fabric of reality, you know what I'm saying?
Jesus Christ, take a bath already.
Would be nice, but I don't think he's ever going to do that.
Oh, Sally. That was a pretty good lean she had back there. It was like Michael Jackson, sort of.
Now, something that I find actually very fascinating is that before the Peanuts Christmas special actually went out, because apparently it was only completed 10 days before its national broadcast premiere.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but also a bunch of the people behind the scenes thought that it was awful and they didn't like it, and there were, I think, some critics, like, before they'd seen anything, that were just like, nope, this is rubbish, it's not going to do well at all, and they thought they were gonna kind of get it pulled. But then I think they screened it to TV critic Richard Bergheim of Time, and he actually praised it quite a lot. And then obviously it's released because they had to, because they only had 10 days in which to can it, and they couldn't really do that at that point.
Yeah, wasting money, really.
Yeah, and it was viewed by 45% of those watching television that evening.
Jesus.
So that means that the number of homes watching the special was an estimated 15,490,000. And that placed it number 2 in the ratings behind Bonanza on NBC. And obviously this is December the 9th, 1965 at 7:30.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of TV to watch back then, so they kind of had to go with what they had.
Charlie Brown or nothing.
But, I mean, that's still a ridiculous number of TVs for that early, really.
I'm having a lot of fun just pretending Charlie Brown is a young Carl Pilkington. Head like a fucking orange.
Oh, that's brilliant. And surprisingly apt as well.
And of course, the minute they leave, music kicks back on. Thanks, assholes.
I mean, it's Schroeder, so he just likes playing his piano.
I always looked at these spotlights and kind of saw them as like the Fox logo spotlights.
Definitely.
Which would make sense considering the commercialism we are seeing in this special. I know that trees, obviously, they don't have like... Not everybody uses a real tree, I get that, that's fine. But who the fuck gets like a metal layered pink tree? Like, I have a fake Christmas tree, but at least it's fucking green and it looks like one.
Well, from what the Wikipedia entry says, I'm using this definitely as a lot of massive resource. So aluminium Christmas trees, because it's aluminium, not aluminum. Get it right, America.
Whatever, I don't give a shit.
It was a fad between 1958 and 1965. This particular TV special, basically killed the popularity of the aluminium Christmas tree.
Wow, so I believe it, yeah.
Yeah, so by 1967, just 2 years after the special first aired, they were no longer being regularly manufactured.
And of course, in the ultimate ironic twist, you can now buy a replica of the Christmas tree that Charlie Brown just picked up back there. So everything comes full circle.
Oh.
Pretty much.
Buy a car.
Also, I really like that Schroeder plays lots of classical music. It's just so geeky. I think if I was any Peanuts character, it'd probably be Schroeder.
Is there any famous composer called Schroeder?
I believe there is, yeah. Richie, get on that.
On it.
Now, if this was a modern version of this special, she'd be asking if, Beethoven had his own trading card game.
So I can't find anything at present that relates to a famous composer called Schroeder.
Snoopy just doing his thing.
Yeah, I think I'm done here. You guys have a nice evening. Gets a lot of impressive notes out of that tiny piano.
What song is that?
Beethoven's Fifth.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he's got a Beethoven thing. That's kind of his character.
Okay.
At least I'm pretty sure it's Beethoven's Fifth. It's the most famous one, I think. So...
all these scenes are just, like, really slow and go at their own pace. It's, like, kind of hard to imagine the voice actors recording the lines or just the scene being scripted. But I imagine if you're watching this on, like, Christmas Eve or whatever, with the snow falling outside, like I said earlier, it'll be a very cozy atmosphere. We got a real Christmas tree. Fuck capitalism.
Yeah, fuck capitalism. He's so happy, too. Oh, what happened to the background? What did you do? Oh, she was like so mad the entire world became red for a minute there. Yeah, this is bad when she's telling us the Pigpen, and everybody else doesn't like Pigpen either.
Jesus Christ, he already got a real Christmas tree, you spoiled assholes.
Well, to be fair, it does kind of look like shit.
Yeah, it's the fall that counts.
Well, I mean that, and also you got to think about how much money he would have had to spend to try and get one of those massive Christmas trees. They probably would have cost a reasonable amount, and then it would have been trying to get it to the theatre.
You know it's bad when your dog starts laughing at you.
That's because Snoopy's a shithead.
Is he Charlie Brown's dog?
Yes.
Okay, I thought he was just like a dog that's about the neighborhood.
No, he's a stray that stays in Charlie Brown's yard.
Okay.
Ah, and here comes the famous scene that pretty much everyone can identify.
Okay, I'm listening. Okay, I guess I'll talk a bit more since it's not ready to load yet. Okay, now I'll listen.
You can talk over it a bit, it's fine. See, he's just quoting the Bible, we all know that, right?
Yeah, that old term.
Personally, I can't pay attention to the Bible unless it has a really violent movie attached to it. That's just me, I'm sorry.
Or if the guy speaking the verses is holding a blanket.
That's true, that's when I'm just at my most rapt attention.
I mean, I would say it's quite a nice little touching moment, although I don't think it quite necessarily works as much anymore with the world becoming increasingly secularized. But then I suppose America is still very Christian.
Oh, definitely, yeah. But even then, like I said, I'm not a religious guy, although I think you have to be some kind of fool to think we're all alone in this universe. But at the same time, it's just preaching the message, goodwill towards men. That's the whole point of the holiday, and that's, universal, I think.
The real point of celebrating Christmas is to celebrate Christ's Mass, and so we feed ourselves with copious amounts of turkey to become as big as Jesus, and then the Battle Royale begins. Maybe I've misinterpreted the holiday, I don't know.
I don't think they fed Jesus that much before they crucified him. In fact, he looks quite malnourished on all the various crucifixes I've seen.
Merry Christmas, guys! Wow, this commentary took a really dark turn towards the end. So about religion, yeah, America's becoming secularized. How about that Jesus on the cross?
Just fun for the whole family. Hey, let's go watch the hanging.
So lazy. Just the same character twice.
Now, I completely forgot what he just said, so let me remember it.
God, how close are those stars if we can see them twinkling that large?
How do you get your own star? Because they have a Star of David. What if I wanted a Star of THD? How much does that cost?
About 50 quid last time I checked. Yes, you can have a star named after you. Does that last throughout time? Is there a lease on it?
There's probably a copyright you have to walk around. Oh, he's so happy. He's a happy guy.
Skipping indicates happiness. And it just kind of fades out because I don't want to draw him running off into the distance, I guess.
I can't believe Snoopy got first place for this, because it looks like a gaudy piece of junk.
And so Charlie Brown learned to hate commercial things. That tree's fine, so long as there's many very tiny presents underneath it.
No, you didn't kill it. It's just bending over. Remove it. First place! Oh, sorry, Snoopy, you're here.
Well, they're only saying that to make Charlie Brown feel better.
Get this house naked. It's like the Emperor's new clothes. Oh, that's a pretty good makeover, guys.
It is very impressive.
Yeah, they made it grow more pines. I just remember when they used this at the end of that random Simpsons Halloween episode.
Yeah. And Santa's little helper is doing the Snoopy dance. Yes,
doing the Snoopy dance.
Yes.
And I think Milhouse was on Schroeder's piano.
It's all coming back now.
Are you having an illegal rave?
What the hell have you done to my tree? It's Gordy! Title drop.
But other than that, it's Charlie Brown's Christmas. I still like watching it every year, and it's just kind of, good to revisit and sort of just get into that Christmas mood with.
I've no experience of this special. Also, I've just been sitting here watching the nice, pretty, colourful images moving across the screen.
Yeah, and I quite like it. It's maybe a bit too slow and quiet for my tastes, but it's still a lovely Christmas thing.
Oh, don't worry, we've got a few more action-packed specials coming up for you guys. So, I guess we should sign off now, so come back on Wednesday, where we'll have another Christmas special commentary for you guys. Bye for now.